What's up, Guns Out Nation? I'm John Keys, back with the second half of the season one recap on Warrior Poet Society Network. That's right, we got a whole season, 2 seasons of content on the Warrior Poet Society Network, which is a streaming platform brainchild by none other than John Lovell himself. Tons of content on there, everything from fitness, firearms, self-defense, manhood, life stuff, being a good human being. The John Lovell Show is dope. So much stuff going on there. And 2 seasons of Guns Out, the likes of which you've never seen before. I'm just telling you right now, some of our best content to date is on that network, and you got to go check it out. Use code GUNSOUT10 when you subscribe. Oh, speaking of subscribe, before we get into the episodes 6 through 10 to recap, to finalize the last part of this season one, I just want to remind you guys to like, share, comment, subscribe. 4 things that we need you to do to help us grow this channel, because guess what? The algorithm is out to lunch. It's not even doing what it's supposed to do, man. People are asking us all the time, where are you guys' episodes at? We don't see the notifications when they come up. Man, just look, double check, click the bell, make sure you're looking out for it. When you see the stuff pop up on the feed, share it with all your buddies that you know watches our stuff. We need the help. Thanks. Let's grow the channel. All right, back to the episodes. Now, we left off on episode 5, Terran Tactical, Combat Master, out there at his playground, shooting all the guns, training with the man himself. Epic, just epic. How do you follow that up? Well, you go to Myrtle Beach and you link up with one of the most popular gamers, streamers on Xbox. I think, actually, you know what? I think she's, I don't know if she does Xbox or PS5 or what it is. Anyway, she's just a dope streamer, plays Call of Duty, Fortnite, and all these other games. And she has an amazing arsenal of firearms, and she knows how to run some guns. I'm talking about Alex Zedra. So we decided to bridge the gap between guns and gaming, because we know both of them are wildly popular, right? The kids are running the guns on the games. The adults are running the guns on the range. And guess what? The kids grow up to adults, and then they go run the guns on the range. You know, there's a lot of kids running the guns on ranges right now. Better than some adults, I might add. Not this adult. But anyway, Alex Zedra's episode was awesome. Guns and gaming. Check out this trailer. Today we're in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, to link up with a gunner and a gamer. That trailer did no justice to how bad Alex whipped our butts on Call of Duty. I'm telling you, it was sad. And you know, I'm an ex-Call of Duty gamer. I love Call of Duty first-person shooters. But you know what? Some things you just outgrow, and I outgrew it. And as much as I would like to go back and play it, because it's truly a fun time, I can't keep up with these guys, man. They're doing all kinds of things and moving in ways that just it's not as natural as it was when we first started playing those games. But Alex seems to have no problems with crushing the likes of me and Shermichael when we played her. Now, we went to the range. The range was awesome because the firearm she had was unbelievable. I mean, we've shot a lot of stuff. We've been to ranges all over the country. We've trained and shot with almost everybody in the community. Yet and still, Alex still had about a half dozen guns that we had never, ever shot before. And I mean, it was just an awesome episode. Low key, it's one of my favorites, and it was one of my most fun times on the range ever. Make sure you check out that episode. Moving right along, what do we got next here? Okay, so episode 7, SHOT Show. All right, this was our first SHOT Show. We had to do it big. I think we did. Unbelievable. Shout out to Will and Ben at Forge Relations for not only hooking up the Alex Zedra episode, but also hooking us up with our intro to SHOT Show Year 1. Listen, I'm going to let you just dive right into this because this is unbelievable. I still can't believe we did what we did. Check it out. SHOT Show 2022 is on. Yeah, that's right. Supercars on deck. As soon as we touched down, it was like, get off the plane, get in the McLaren. Who's going to say no to that, right? It was awesome. Unbelievable time. Can't wait to go back. Royalty Exotic Cars, they took care of us. And then there was SHOT Show. Year one, we're on SHOT Show TV. We're interviewing the director of SHOT Show. We're on the SHOT Show floor, hanging out, meeting a whole bunch of people, seeing all the cool gear and guns that are there. And I mean, we realized how overwhelming SHOT Show can be. I mean, for real, like SHOT Show can be so overwhelming. It's so much to do and to see. So it's like you got to kind of go there with a game plan. If you don't go there with a game plan, you are literally, your head is just going to pop, because it's like, oh, there's more stuff here. Oh, there's more stuff there. Oh, they're over here. They're in that building. There's a party here. There's a party there. I mean, unbelievable, but it's a great time. You know, I said that SHOT Show is on some people's bucket list because it is. Sherm didn't seem to believe it when I said it, but I'm telling you right now, there's people that are dying to go to SHOT Show just to see the spectacle that it is. And it's worth it. But like I said, just be prepared to have your mind blown. Don't go in there without a plan. That's all I got to say. All right, moving on to episode 8. Like I said, you got to find ways to just keep making this more and more epic. And at this point, it's like, wow, what next? Well, me and Sherm had never been hunting together. Sherm claims he's been hunting, you know, early in his early years. I definitely wasn't hunting. Like I maybe shooting squirrels in the backyard with a BB gun, but I wasn't hunting anything like game, trying to put food on the table, anything like that. So for me, it was an all new experience. I'm an animal lover. I didn't know how I was going to feel about it, but our guide, Eric Blanford from the IV88 channel, and Chad and Roy from Brownells. Let me not forget Roy. Roy Hill from Brownells took great care of us. Silence Co. gave us some cans. Brownells gave us some dope 6mm ARC rifles. Eric and Chad had the dopest deer camp you could ever ask for, especially for your first experience. So, without spoiling anything, check out deer camp. Easy money. It was easy money. I'm not going to tell you why it was easy money. You'll see when you watch the episode, but we did pretty good for our first hunt. That's all I'm going to say. But before I stop there, I brought in a special guest last time when we did episodes 1 through 5. Eric stuck around because he was, you know, hanging out with us for some other interviews we were doing that day. So got some commentary with Eric about what the deer camp experience was like. Welcome to the channel again, Eric.
Dude, thanks so much for having me, John. Look, you and Shermichael, y'all are stand-up guys, and I tell you, that episode was so much fun to make. I mean, we just had such a just genuinely good time hanging out together, you know, having some cigars and some good food and great conversation. And man, that's really what deer camp is about. And man, you guys got like the absolute, like, thrown into the weeds experience with that for sure.
Bro, thrown into the weeds is like, I can't even, you couldn't have used a better analogy. We were in this, when I talk about we were in the wild of the South Georgia woods, and we're on this massive property, and just in the middle of nowhere is this little camp. It's this little campsite that we pull up on, and it's a nice cozy cabin. It's a camper, and it's, you know, it's a little spot for a bonfire, campfire, whatever you want to call it. We pulled up there and we were like, huh, this is interesting, right? But then we go in the cabin, and inside the cabin is like, it's 5-star everything. I mean, it's nice, comfortable bedding. It's plumbing. I mean, because when you pulled up, you didn't know what you was gonna get. Now you didn't know what you was gonna get, but you go in there, 5-star accommodations, plumbing, snacks for days. These guys know how to pack. I mean, they're if they have to bug out, y'all can bug out to deer camp, because that thing is ready. It's out the way, and it's fully equipped. And it just made the experience that much more enjoyable for us, man, because, you know, we bougie.
I've heard the deer camp called a lot of things, but 5-star is not one of them.
Really?
So, you know, it's just somewhere to lay your head at night, and it serves that purpose quite well. And some interesting point that we never even discussed in the original episode, just kind of some backstory, is that that cabin was built with cypress pulled out of the swamp on the property.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. That's amazing. And you see, so that puts it in perspective for you guys how vast the property was, right? They were actually able to harvest the materials to build the camp from the property. And listen, I'm gonna tell you right now, you're selling that short when you say 5-star ain't one of the things it was called, because I know you, Eric, like you can get down and dirty, right? And so I was a little concerned, to be honest with you. I was like, man, we're gonna be intense on the ground, and it's gonna be cold. This is gonna take me back to my Marine Corps days, and I don't hung that up. You see the dog tags over here? Wait, let me get out of the way. Bam, you see those dog tags? That's my Marine Corps career right there, guys. And that's why I want to leave it. I'm happy with it right there. I didn't know if we was gonna revisit that. And we didn't. Eric, you have an amazing deer camp. It's very comfortable. I would even take my family there after a long day of hunting, because those are long days, guys. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Long days. Eric, you had us up at the crack of darkness. Tell them
I
about
remember
that.
that first day that I took you. We sat in the W stand, and we were
Mhm.
walking across the dam of the creek, and it was like pitch black. And I remember you saying, "Do you know where you're going?" And do we have flashlights? I'm like, "No, I don't use flashlights. I just use the natural ambient light." And also, I mean, you know from the military, you try to keep your night vision, right? You try to keep your natural
Mhm.
night vision.
Yeah,
Like once your
yeah.
eyes become accustomed, so you'd be
Mhm.
surprised how well you can see walking in.
It definitely brought back a lot of Marine Corps Day memories, because doing patrols on exercises and things like that. And yes, I absolutely know about keeping your eyes adjusted to the light naturally, right? Because as the sun rises, your eyes will slowly adjust. It allows you to acquire targets easier, more accurately, all of these things. And also, I learned from you out there that you don't want to disturb the natural wilderness. You don't want to disturb the wildlife. You just want to leave things intact, because we're not supposed to be there.
I think that in the big scheme of things, being a better hunter also makes you a better soldier. A deer might not, hear you or see you, but they will definitely smell you. And think about how good a deer's nose is and how easy it is for them to
Yeah.
bust us if we're not playing the wind right. Now compared to a person. Now, could you smell a person from 500 yards away? Probably
No,
not, right? Like,
no.
so deer are way harder to sneak up on. And I
Mhm.
do think that developing those hunting skills really does just make you a better outdoorsman, a better soldier, a better marksman. It just makes you a better person to understand, to keep your wilderness skills about you. When you go down to
Oh,
deer
without
camp,
question.
it puts you in that mindset where
Mhm.
you're away from technology, you're away from civilization. Well, you're away from technology if you choose to be. You can sit there and scroll on your phone in the stand if you want, but
Mhm.
I like to leave the phone put up because then it just puts you into that natural. You're a part of nature at that point.
Well,
Pretty
trust
cool.
me, we didn't have good reception out there anyway. So no matter what we tried to do, we wasn't going to be in touch with technology or civilization. But we were fine with that, because there was just so much to take in from that experience, Eric. I mean, there was so much information to process. You and Chad did such a great job. I mean, the first day we got there, it was all about getting these firearms equipped properly, sighting in the optics, making sure the cans were on right, making sure everything was, copacetic with the firearms, because the last thing you want is for one of those to go down and you got a perfect shot, you can't even make the shot, or whatever the case may be, right? And then, secondly, it's all about the ethics of the kill. And there's no better way to guarantee an ethical kill than to make certain your firearm is operating in tip-top shape. Obviously, you as a shooter have to be on point, but it helps if your scope is on, what your dopes are for different yardage, depending on how far the animal's away. Because guys, I'm gonna just tell you this right now, and you'll see when you watch that episode. When I killed my first deer, I had a moment. Okay. I had a moment, because at the end, you know what? I'm not even gonna go into the details of it. The thing that made it okay for me was the fact that I knew that I was harvesting for my family. It was food that I was going to be able to provide to my family. And not only my family, I mean, we harvested so much deer meat from a single hunt that I was able to give away of venison to people who loved it. Like, I didn't even realize how rare it is for people to actually have venison in their diet, in their freezer, right? So for me, knowing that, it put me at ease. But even still, it motivated me to make sure my kills were ethical. I did not want to have to chase no deer down because I wounded it and didn't kill it. I didn't want to have to go through that. And you guys made sure that those firearms we were running from Brownells, shout out to Brownells, by the way, took really good care of us. We were running those 6mm arc arrow precision rifles. Silencer Co. sent us those cans. I mean, we were hooked up, and then we had the best guides on the planet. So yeah, ethical kills, brought home a bunch of venison, unbelievable experience. Now I can say I'm a hunter-gatherer. I couldn't say that before, Eric, but now because of you guys, I can say, me and Sharon both can say we're hunter-gatherers.
I remember when we met at that first range day, I thought y'all were some real stand-up dudes. And,
Appreciate it.
it's been a great relationship. Like we've all grown together. I've been really, humbled to see Guns Out grow. And I could tell that, you and Sherm were very hungry and very eager and very, capable to do what you're doing. So I think it's awesome. And yes, there's more adventures.
Oh yeah.
Deer are not the only thing we hunt. Okay, so there are many other critters. We may take a trip down to West Palm Beach and maybe go shoot some iguanas.
Bruh. So let me ask you this.
Yeah.
So I just recently I filmed with the Outdoor Channel. I went on the show called Air Gunner Challenge, right?
Mm-hmm.
Bro, I did not know air guns was that serious. I know we shot air guns at the deer camp with Urban Air Gunner. He brought his air gun out there, but I didn't know there was that many levels to air guns. And so hunting iguana, that would either be like 22 or an air gun, right?
Well, yeah. So we use the 30 cal or the little 35 calibers. Is it a little 30 caliber skirted pellets or whatever? We use the FX Impact.
The Impact. That's
yes. So you probably are familiar with the Impact. That's what we use for iguanas, and they do a 22 caliber, 25 caliber, 30 caliber, and I think there is a 35, if I'm not mistaken, or it might be a 30 caliber skirted pellet. But they're awesome, and they smack those iguanas. And we literally are going to take the same boat that we took down to Florida and put it in the canals in West Palm Beach, and we're going to ride around and shoot iguanas.
That's fire! I can't wait. You heard it here first, guys. He's going to take us iguana hunting. And I don't know what we do with hunted iguanas. I don't know, but we'll figure that out once we bag a bunch, because the way things roll with Guns Out and Eric Blanford, yeah, we get the job done every time, no matter what it takes. So
I think it's going to be a twofer, because if you guys are going to come down for that, we'll go to West Palm and hunt iguanas. There's another river towards the west side where we went and did a whole bunch of airbow fishing with the FX arrow launcher. So, you ride along at night and you look down, there's a sheep's head, and you go, and you shoot them with the arrow and reel them in.
Unbelievable. Yeah, man, listen.
Rays and gar and all kinds of stuff. So you guys would love that. We'll have to go do that.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, listen, I'm blown away by the whole air gun culture. I'm just blown away. The technology. These are some powerful machines, man. I have a whole new respect for them. So, but that's a whole nother episode. Obviously, we're planning it right now. So you'll be a part of that, guys. And, look, this has been awesome, Eric. I appreciate you coming on and recapping this episode with us, man, because this was one of our favorites, bar none. Same thing with the one that we did, which turned into a two-part episode in season 2. Unbelievable stuff, man. Great experiences, great times with IV8888, man. We look forward to any and everything that we can collab on either side in the future, brother.
Dude, I'm going to hold you to it. I'm game. And next time we go, well, we're not going to give away the details. We'll discuss it later. But let's just say the next time that we do that, we're going to go bigger and harder.
Shit, son.
Yeah.
Oh, look! I don't really, I don't drop 4-letter words on here that often. But I know when he says stuff like that, I know it's gonna be epic. So I'm excited. So we got to get off this. You got to get off this stream so he can tell me what it is.
You better eat those Wheaties.
Oh, man. And you've been in the gym, bro. Look at you, man. Like, you know what? And that's I appreciate you for that too, Eric. I know you and Brandy are big into fitness now, man. Y'all are both looking absolutely phenomenal, bro. You look like you've honestly taken years off your life, man. Awesome, man. I love it. And look, I just got to say this. The hell is back there on that couch, man?
Oh,
the monkey, the Santa Claus monkey with the AR.
Yeah, this is a big sock monkey. It belongs to my grandson, and we leave him back here in the office. And check it out. I'll grab this POF real quick.
Oh, look at it. He got the bike. I didn't even know that was the workout bike.
Yeah, exercise bike.
Nice.
The POF with the giggle switch.
Giggle switch.
Yeah,
Nice.
really neat piece of gear.
That's what is that? 10.5.
Yeah.
Nice.
10.5.
That's perfect length, bro. You can't you can't get, man, 10.5. You can't beat it.
Yeah. I had it upstairs. I was shooting it yesterday, and I was like, well, I guess we're gonna have the monkey hold it back there. But I always give the monkey a gun back there, so it's like watch my back, like my body.
Yo, real talk. Hey, bro, look, I tell you what, that monkey move or aim in at something at some point, you definitely know something's about to go down.
I'll leave him back there just for comic relief because he's just kind of goofy back, and he's like life size. So
no, real talk, because I got a little distracted halfway through the episode. I was like, is that a monkey back there with an AR?
I know we had Turan on. Turan was probably like, what?
Yeah. No,
who is this guy?
Else, man. You know what? I'm gonna have to check my text and see if he message me about it. Was that a monkey with an AR back there? And you know what? When you do the opening for your for the review, because you're gonna get the John Wick guns, you should have him holding that Genesis 12 for the open of that.
We ought to do that. That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, man. Eric, listen, man, I totally appreciate you taking the time to come and join us today for this recap, man. Great memories, and we're going to be building more and more and more as we continue to create this content and educate and entertain people as it pertains to firearms culture. Thank you for everything that you do for the community, man, and the industry, and just keep doing your thing, man. You're OG in the game, bro. Big respect from Guns Out.
I appreciate it, man. Thanks so much. And look, anytime, I'm always happy to discuss this type of stuff because, man, it is some good memories. It's great to reminisce. So thanks a lot, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah, no doubt, man. Take it easy, Eric. All right, moving right along to episode 9. Now, episode 9 was really impactful for us because we heard about this guy for a while before we met him, and we finally met him at SHOT Show. And when we met him at SHOT Show, I mean, it instantly clicked why this guy is such a staple in the industry as it pertains to training. Ken Scott from Perfectus Group. This man is impeccable with a firearm, period. Pistol, rifle, you name it. And the way that he trains is it's like on a very conscious level that he's training you. He makes you really understand what it is to operate a firearm. He makes you understand how it's an extension of you, of your person, and what it does in your hands, what it does when you shoot it at a target and you shoot it, God forbid, at a person if you have to defend yourself. And he has so much knowledge and so much experience that we had to go check him out and see what the hype was about, see what the training was like, see what his mission was for Perfectus Group. And we weren't disappointed at all. So, episode 9, Perfectus Group. Bye. So here's the thing. I mean, it's if you look at our training playlist on our channel, you'll see we've trained with the likes of the best in the industry, from Chris Peranto to Terran Tactical to Todd Jarrett and to Ken Scott, and even more, right? Some that we haven't even done episodes about. And the thing that amazes me all the time is that different trainers have different methods of training people, first-time shooters, experienced shooters. And I like to see what those differences are. And like I said, with Ken, it's on a very conscious level that he trains with you, and he collects data on what is your reason for taking the training in the first place? What is your reason for owning your firearm? What are the scenarios you are most likely to encounter? And then he takes that data and he applies it to the basic fundamentals that you're already going to learn or that you already know. And he just helps you become a more conscious and better shooter behind the pistol, behind the rifle, whatever, you name it. So shout out to Ken Scott. You the man. We're going to run some guns again soon. All right, this is it. The final episode comes back full circle in season 1. Listen, when we first joined the network, I was a little starstruck by John Lovell because I watched a lot of his content before I even became a YouTuber myself, before I even embedded myself so deep into the industry and the community. I used to turn to him to learn about pistol braces, which pistol braces were the best, and how to mount a carbine, and all these different things that I watched early on with John Lovell. So when I finally met him, I was just, God, it was terrible. It was terrible. I couldn't even get words out. I didn't know what to say to him. I just totally bumbled everything. But hopefully I've made up for that since then, because the channel is a success, Guns Out is a success, and we hope that John Lovell was happy with his decision to put us on the network, because I think people enjoy our content. But anyway, bringing it back full circle, what better way to close out season 1 than to go and visit John Lovell and try to become a war poet? Now, a war poet is, I guess you could say we were trying to figure out what a war poet really was. And I mean, John talks about that. He talks about the ethos of a war poet, that, it's a guy, it's a person that is kind of like a warrior in the battlefield. He protects he protects the family, he protects the rights of others, but he's also a poet, and can relate to people, and can nurture people, and can teach people, and also learn from people, right? So it's kind of like you have your hard side and you have your soft side, but they come together and it makes you a war poet, and you're just a overall solid and good human being. Well, that's what we kind of learned after we got put through the ringer, but I'll let you check it out for yourself. So we call this one Jedi Master, and it's a nod to the little spoof we did at the beginning of our journey onto the network to let people know we were joining the network. We did a whole little spoof Star Wars. He was like Obi-Wan Kenobi, not Obi-Wan. He was actually Luke Skywalker, lost his hand. You'll see. Anyway, check it out. Jedi Master.
So John and Shermichael, really fun guys, down to earth. I love their energy. They're motivated, and they had an odd request of like, hey, make us warrior poets.
Oh, are we war poets yet?
No.
I just thought
God,
about
no.
being on the grounds. On the grounds, I thought it was happening. Yeah, I wish that by just being on the grounds it happened, because boy, what ensued in that episode was definitely not just being on the grounds and becoming a warrior poet. But it was fun nonetheless. We got to meet all the magical people behind the scenes at WPSN, hanging out at Warrior Poet headquarters, and John Lovell was definitely John Lovell. So check that episode out. But listen, that's it. That's it for our season 1. 10 solid episodes running the gamut of everything that you could possibly imagine in a first season. And we're so proud of that body of work. We want you guys to go check it out. So please make sure you head over to watchwpsn.com, subscribe, use code GUNSOUT10, save 10% on your subscription, and just start binging. Start binging. It's a whole 2 seasons. And we haven't even recapped season 2 yet. So once we get past this season 1, we'll let that simmer for a little while, and then we'll come back with the recap of season 2. Season 2 is just as epic. Shows the growth of us as shooters, content creators, and as Guns Out as a brand. And we enjoy ourselves. But we enjoy ourselves because of people like yourself that are tuning in to see what we're doing, what we're creating, what we're learning, what we're teaching, all of the above. It's an overall gratifying experience just doing what we do, and we thank you for that. Please don't forget, like, share, comment, subscribe. See you next time when we recap season 2. That's going to be fun. Can't wait to see what guests we bring on to kind of recap some of those special moments. Until then. Oh, one last thing. Just wanted to hint on something that was mentioned at the last episode. Guns Out Range Day coming in August. The official announcement is coming real soon, maybe a couple weeks, but I promise you won't be disappointed. If you missed Range Day 2022, you don't want to miss Range Day 2023. And that's it. That's all I'm going to say, because it's going to speak for itself when we start rolling out this marketing, okay? So let's go.